Bonjour everyone and welcome to this class. Let's start as usual sitting cross-legged on a block, making sure both sit bones are on that block on the mat, and then relax your legs, relax your entire body, let your belly hang out, maybe give your shoulders one last shrug and then let them melt down your back, reaching through the crown of the head upwards. And then palms of the hands, maybe resting on your knees, palms facing up. Take a big inhale through the nose. And sigh it out. 2 more times. And one more. Now find the natural rhythm with your breath. Just steady inhales and exhales through your nose. Identify any part in your face that isn't relaxed. Maybe you're holding onto your jaw, tongue, eyebrows, forehead. Whatever it is, wherever it is, just try to let it go for a few minutes. Identify any part of the body that you're holding on to, or maybe areas of stiffness or tightness. Maybe today you're feeling tight around the hips. Well, I've got some good news for you. We're going to help that. Keep those steady inhales and exhales, filling up the belly, filling up the lungs. Gently exhaling. And finally, have a think about one thing you're grateful for this morning. Take a few seconds to really visualize it, almost as if you were there. One thing that makes you happy. Maybe it's a friend, a dish, partner. Whatever it is, take another few seconds to remind yourself of that thing you are grateful for. Let's take a few more breaths here. And then slowly start to bring movement into your toes, fingers, hands. Maybe moving your neck around from left to right and right to left. And then slowly opening your eyes, keep a low gaze if you prefer. And we're reaching the right hand down on the mat on the right side of the body. Inhale, left hand high up in the air. And exhale, bending over towards the right side, reaching with that left hand, shoulders melting down the back. You can look down, let the neck and head go, look up, whatever makes you happy really, doesn't really matter. And then slowly bring that left hand down towards that left side. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, bending over to the left side this time. Feeling the stretch in the right side of the ribs. Maybe you can bend your elbow and go a little bit deeper. Try to keep both sit bones on the mat and legs relaxed. Active through the hands. And then slowly bring that right hand down on the mat. This time we're going to go for a twist. So left hand to right knee, Right hand behind your back, inhale, elongate the spine, reach out, exhale, twist over to the right side. Possibly the first twist of the day, so be gentle. And on every exhale, if you want, go a little bit deeper. Take your time to untwist. Other side, left hand behind your back, right hand to left knee. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, twist over to that left side. Twist has nothing to do with your head. It's all about the shoulders, the upper body. So you can look to the back, you can look to the front. Should be the exact same twist. And then slowly untwist. Give your upper body a shake. And then we're going to remove that block and roll over on our knees straight into a tabletop pose. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, keeping your back flat. Let's go for just 2 cat-cow. Inhaling, arching your back, looking up. Exhaling, arching your back the other way, tilting the tailbone in, pushing the ground away, relaxing neck and head. One more time, inhaling, looking up, exhaling, looking at your navel, and slowly back into that tabletop. Keep your back flat. Right hand reaches high up in the air, and exhale, we thread it under the left hand for thread the needle. Right side of your face on the mat. If you like, left hand behind your back, grabbing your right thigh and opening that left shoulder. One more breath here. And then left hand goes down on the mat. Slowly make your way back into a tabletop. Other side. Inhale, left hand high up in the air. Exhale, thread it under the right arm, left side of the face on the mat. And if you've done it on one side, right hand behind your back, opening that right shoulder. One more breath. And slowly make your way back. Now for the tiger pose. Reaching, you start in the tabletop position, reaching the right hand to the front, left foot to the back. You can either stay here or bend that left knee, grab it with the right hand, kicking that left knee high up in the air, opening that right shoulder, and try to keep that left hand right under the shoulder so you keep that stability and your shoulders and hands are safe. Kick that left knee high up and then slowly make your way down. Right hand under the shoulder, left knee under the left hip. Other side, inhale, left hand to the front, right foot to the back. Reach through the ball of the foot. Either stay here or bend that right knee, grab the right foot, open that left shoulder, kick that right knee up, keeping the hips on one same level. Kick one more time up, and then slowly come down to the mat. Straight into a child's pose, bringing your knees as wide as the mat. Sink your hips. Slowly reach forward with those hands. If that's too intense for you today, just bring the hands behind your back or to the side of your body. Otherwise, just settle here for a few breaths. Your big toes are touching and your knees as wide as the mat. And then bring your chest closer to the mat. One more breath here. And come up, back into a tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Slowly make your way up into a downward dog, sending the hips as high as you can. Feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees if you need to start with. And then walk out that dog, bending one leg, straightening the other. Pushing with your hands. elongating that spine. And then from here, find a stable down dog, reaching those hips high up in the air. Right hand grabs the left ankle, look under that left shoulder, slight twist in that upper body, releasing the heels to the mat, so you really feel a deep stretch in the back of the legs. And then other sides, first back into your down dog, and then left hand to right ankle, looking under the right shoulder this time. And then back into your down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front of the mat, into that halfway lift, flat back, reaching upper body forwards, exhaling, forward fold, ribs on your thighs, let the neck go, and then slowly rise up. Hands up to the ceiling, down to your heart. Let's go for a few sun salutations. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, ribs on the thighs. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back into a high plank. If you want, you have the option to do the first one on the knees and just send the hips high, bringing chest and chin to the mat, sliding hands under the shoulders. Inhale into a cobra, baby cobra, or straight into up dog as you like. Exhaling, hands back under the shoulders, tuck your toes, make your way up into a down dog. Releasing the back of the legs, sending the hips high, straightening your back. And then bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then rise up, hands up to the ceiling, going straight back down, hinging at the hips. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back into a high plank. Still the option to come on your knees, otherwise we're here in that high plank, hinging forwards, bending the elbows, sending them to the back, and when they're 90 degrees, inhaling into an up dog or cobra, looking up, engaging the glutes. Downward facing dog. One big breath in, one big breath out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Then rise up, hands up to the ceiling. One more time, coming back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, high plank. Going through your Chaturanga, coming down to low plank. Inhaling is up dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Let's take 5 breaths in that down dog. Really pushing the ground away with the hands. Sending the hips as high as you can. Chest closer to the knees. And come back to your breath. That's really the most important in your down dog, is to breathe. Maybe you can release the back of the heels closer to the mat. Really feel that deep stretch into the back of the legs. And then bring the left foot closer to the middle of the mat, and then right foot high up in the air into that three-legged dog. Look forward and step that right foot in between the hands for lunge. Bringing the left knee on the mat. Use your core to come up. Interlacing your hands on that knee and then sinking into your lunge. Pushing that knee away so you keep your upper body straight and you feel that deep stretch in the hip flexors, especially on the left side. And then frame that front foot, stepping back, high plank, coming down to lower plank. Inhale is up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot in the middle of the mat. Inhale, left leg high up, three-legged dog. Step the left foot in between the hands. Lunge on that left side, interlace your fingers on that left knee, sink into your lunge. One big breath here. And then frame the front foot, step back, high plank, coming down to low plank. Inhale is up dog, and exhale, downward dog. One more time on each side. Inhale, right leg up, exhale, lunge on that right side. This time, hands high up in the air. Sink lower, lower into that lunge. Really letting the hips go. Making sure that left knee's on the mat. And then bringing both hands high up in the air. Frame the front foot, stepping back, high plank. Go through your Chaturanga, coming down to low plank. Inhale, up dog, look up. Exhale, downward dog. Left side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, lunge on that left side. Right knee on the mat, hands up in the air, like you just don't care. Whew. And then sink a bit lower into that lunge on the left side. And frame that front foot, stepping back again, high plank. Lowering to low plank. Inhale is up dog, look up, engage those glutes, and exhale, downward facing dog. I'm pretty sure we are warmed up by now. Let's bend our knees, look forward, step or jump to the front of the mat. Flat back, exhale, forward fold. And then rise up, hands up to the ceiling. And down to your heart. I don't know about you, but I am warmed up. From here, top of the mat, feet together, sinking the hips low, bringing the arms high into everyone's favorite pose, chair pose. Making sure your back is flat, so really tilting that pelvis. And then relaxing the shoulders, melting them down your back. And take an inhale, reaching high up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, we're elongating that spine. And exhale, we twist over to the left side, bringing the right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Keeping your hands into prayer. And then from here, twisting into that chair, twisted chair, and look to the ground, reach that right knee high up, and then step it back into a crescent lunge twist. So you twisted that back foot, right foot with the right heel off the mat, and then left knee right above the left ankle, twisting and not resting. And from here, slowly untwist, reaching both hands high up in the air. That back leg is as straight as you can, and again, deep stretch in the right hip flexor. And then slowly bring that right knee on the mat, back into that lunge, sinking lower. This time the knee can go in front, that's fine, because you have that point of safety here. Your knee can be in front of your ankle. And from here, reach both hands towards the mat, and then that left foot towards the left side of the mat, which means both hands are on the inside of that left foot. And here, find the variation that works for you. So we're going for lizard. So you can either just push that left knee towards the left side, or you could come on your tiptoes on the right foot and do the exact same thing. Or you could even bring elbows to the mat, to a block. Whatever feels good, whatever works. You could even bind under the left knee. Whatever works for you. Again, we're aiming at stretching the hips, the harder hips. And then bring that right knee on the mat, left foot to the middle of the mat. And step back into a high plank. Ooh, long time no see. Coming down to that low plank. Inhale is up dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg high up in the air. Exhale, step it in between the hands for lunge. On that left side. But I should have done the other side, so let's go back into your down dog. Send the right leg up and then right foot on the mat. It isn't one of my classes if I haven't messed up left and right. So sink into that lunge, hands high up in the air. And then we're going to bring that right foot towards the right side and set up for your lizard or the variation that you like. Maybe you just hear back knee on the mat, front knee push towards the right side. Maybe you're on your toes on that left foot with a straight left leg. And maybe you're going to bring your elbows to the mat, feeling a deep stretch on the outside of that hip. And then bring that right foot closer to the middle of the mat and rising up into a lunge. Woohoo, back knee off the floor, hands high up in the air, knee above the ankle. And then bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, twisting over to the right side. Trying not to fall. So really elongating that spine and then twisting. We're not resting on that right leg. And from here it's going to be a little bit tricky. We're going to look forward and step the left foot close to the right into a twisted chair. Woohoo! Got it! And then slowly untwist back into your chair. Look just where we started a few minutes ago. And then from your chair, stepping back lightly and then setting up for your crow. Sorry, I should have said that more. A little bit more. Better explained. So into that crow. Knees into the armpits, on your tiptoes, hands probably a foot in front of your feet, and then slowly balancing forward so that your elbows are right above your hands when you're at the apex of your crow. And then from here, really try to straighten the arms and stepping back, high plank or lower to low plank. Inhaling is up dog or cobra. Exhaling. Downward dog. So send those hips as high as you can, pushing the ground away with the hands. If you want, you can take a few breaths in child's pose, knees wide, hips close to the heels. Otherwise, you could even challenge yourself into a dolphin. If you do want to go into dolphin, it's like a down dog on your elbows, which makes it so much harder. Try to use a block, and then if you're from a down dog, you really just want to bring the elbows parallel down to the mat. And here you are, dolphin. Then your goal is to bring your toes closer to your face, still looking forward, and still forearms parallel to each other. And that's a really intense pose, but it helps you build strength for something like pinch out, for example, or just shoulder strength, arm strength, core strength. And then let's all make our way back into a downward facing dog. And then bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then slowly rise up, hands up to the ceiling, down to your heart. Tadasana Pose, feet hip distance apart, pelvis slightly tilted, shoulders are broad, palms of the hands facing forward. And then relax the shoulders down your back, crown of the head reaching upwards. Just going to focus on our breath for a few minutes, a few seconds rather. Just letting the heart rate come down. Come back to what's really essential. You could also do inhaling, palms facing forwards, exhaling, palms facing backwards. It's a little trick that might help you if you struggle just focusing on your breath. From here, slowly open your eyes, letting everything go. And we're gonna go not super wide, but maybe probably 80% wide, toes on the outside, and then we're gonna sink lower into a goddess pose. Cactus arms, knees to the outside, engaging those inner thighs, and keeping your back flat, core engaged, navel to spine. Cactus arms, because, you know, it's just super funny to say, so I'm gonna say it again. Cactus arms. Sink lower into your goddess. And then let's go for a few squats this morning. Straightening the legs and coming down, exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 27 more times. Inhale and exhale. No, just one more. I'm not that mean. Coming down. And we stay in that goddess, this time on our tiptoes. Woohoo! Still engaging those inner thighs. Calves should be on fire. Core is strong. Let's do that 5 more times. Straightening the legs on your tiptoes. Coming down, knees to the outside. 1 more. Well, 3 more technically. You got this. And then I believe there's one last one. Coming down, down, down. Stay here. Really on your tiptoes. And then slowly make your way up. Release the toes on the mat. Hands to your hips. This time bringing the toes inwards, so pigeon toe, maybe going a little wider. This time you can probably go very close to your max width. And then hands to your hips. Inhale, elongate that spine. Exhale with a flat back, coming down, bringing hands under the shoulders. At first, making sure your feet or your toes inwards, pigeon toe, and then maybe slight bend in the knee if you need to. And from here, with the left hand, grab the left ankle or the left big toe or the left shin, and right hand, same thing. Keeping your back flat at first, and then slowly exhaling and rounding that upper back, letting neck and head go. Breathing in and out your nose. And using whatever you're holding as a way to go deeper into the pose. And then slowly make your way back, hands under the shoulders. And from here, we're gonna bring both hands towards the back. So I'm gonna reach towards the white wall. You reach under your legs as far as you can. Again, really trying to keep that core strong. And then bringing the chest closer to the knees. Should feel deep stretches into the adductors, the back of the legs, hamstrings. Actually, today I have to apologize. I realized for the first time in my life that there's no R in hamstrings. So it's ham, not harm. First time in my life. I'm sorry. Problems with being French. And then slowly make your way back up, keeping your back flat. Bringing your toes together. So maybe bending the knees and then heel-toeing your legs together into that halfway lift. Keeping your back flat, reaching upwards, exhaling, forward fold. Bring your toes hip distance apart. Grab your elbows, sway from side to side into a ragdoll. Again, letting your head go, shoulders relaxed, and then bringing your feet together and slowly coming up, 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 hands high up in the air, and down to your heart, top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, folding forwards from the hips. Inhaling, flat leg, flat back. Exhaling, hands to the mat, stepping back into a high plank. Let's stay here for a little bit. We haven't done that today. We need to work on our core strength, on our arms. So making sure slight tilt in the pelvis, rounding the lower back, pushing the ground away with the hands. And let's hinge forward, slowly come down, sending the elbows to the back. And when they're 90 degrees, you're coming back up into a high plank. Yes, push-ups. Let's do that 2 more times. Coming down, 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 and coming back up. If you want, always the option with the knees on the mat. No shame in that. One last time. Coming down and coming back up. Now let's go through your Chaturanga, coming down to lower plank. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high up in the air, keeping your hips on one same level. Exhale, knee to nose. Engage that core. Inhale, right leg up. Knee to right upper arm as high as you can. Wherever you are, you can probably do a little higher. And then right leg high up, inhale. Exhale, right knee to left upper arm, twist the core. And coming back up. Woohoo! Then bring your right knee to the right wrist. Setting up for your pigeon. Sending the left leg as far back as you can. And then finding what works for you. Maybe you want to put a block under that right glute, just so you're not collapsing on either side. Wherever you are, slowly make your way down. And maybe you're going to stay here for today. It's perfectly fine. Maybe you want to go a little bit deeper. You could even use that block to rest your head on it. And then for a few minutes, let's try to avoid fidgeting, moving around. Rather, focus on your breath. Focus on letting go of every muscle. Take a few seconds here just to readjust that left foot. Maybe you want to send it further to the back, deepening the hip opener that we're experiencing right now. And here in the last 10 seconds, try to identify one last thing that you haven't let go of. Maybe there's still one part of you that's holding on to something around the hips. And then take your time to come up, using your hands, collapsing on that right glute and sending the left leg to the front. Right knee's bent towards that right side. The right foot is inside the left thigh. And then inhaling, both hands high up in the air. And then exhaling with a flat back, grabbing anything you can grab on that left side. And then when you feel you cannot go any further, rounding that back and maybe bringing your nose to your knee, or at least closer, because it's not about actually touching your knee with your nose. It's about like the journey that we're experiencing going towards that. Nothing interesting really happens once you touch your knee with your nose. I wish, but no. And then take your time to come up. Use your right hand to lift that right knee and hover it over the left leg. And we're going to go for another twist. So bring the right hand behind your back, left hand high up in the air, bring that left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and then twisting over to the right side. Try to keep that right foot on the mat and left leg engaged, strong, toes pointing towards your face. Active toes. So technically your heel should be on the floor, off the floor. And then take your time to counter twist. And then releasing both legs in front of you. This time sole of the feet together, knees wide, butterfly pose. Your angle is whatever makes you happy. If you want to go wider, really diamond shape, that's fine. If you want to go shorter, it's a little bit different stretch. You're probably going to stretch the adductors more if you bring your heels closer. If you want to go maybe to the outside of the hips, I would go longer in the stretch. That's what I'm going to do. Again, with a flat back, we're going to come forwards and grab anything we can grab. Use that as a lever to come deeper, and then slowly rounding lower back, mid back, and upper back. Option to bring your hands under your knees to do some kind of weird pose and question your life's choices. Keeping the toes still active. Relaxing neck and head. And then take your time to come up. We're going to roll over on our knees and shooting straight back into a downward dog. Give your legs a stretch, maybe bending one leg, straightening the other. And then inhale, left leg high up in the air. And exhale, knee to nose, engage that core. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left upper arm as high as you can. Wherever you are, you can do higher, I know it. And then inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to right upper arm, twisting the core, engaging the obliques. And then bringing that left foot up. From here, we're going to go into our pigeon. Bringing left knee to left wrist, sending the right leg to the back. Opening the hips here, and then again, taking your time to transition to the floor. Slowly taking your time. Again, maybe readjusting that right foot further to the back. Feeling that deep stretch in the left hip flexor. Always come back to your breath. That's the only thing that's really important. And then take your time to come up and then slowly collapsing on that left glute. Bring the right leg to the front, left foot into the right thigh, and then left knee relax towards that left side. Inhale, both hands high up in the air. Exhale, with that back flat, grab anything you can grab on that right foot, right leg, and then Try to use that as a lever to bring your chest closer and your head closer to the knee. Still right leg engaged. Few more breaths here. And then taking your time to come up, using your left hand to bring the left knee high in front of you and hovering that left foot up the outside of the right feet. And then we're going to go for a twist, bringing the left hand behind your back, right hand high up in the air, and exhale. Right knee to outside of the left knee, twisting over to the left side, keeping that right foot on the mat, or left foot on the mat and right leg engaged. One last final twist. And slowly untwist, giving yourself a counter twist if you'd like. And then both legs in front of you, giving your legs a shake. Inhale, both hands high up in the air. Exhale, grab anything you can grab on those feet. And then chest closer to the knees. Take your time to come up. Bend those knees, heels on the mat. And then we're gonna send those legs high up in the air. Palms of the hands facing each other, our favorite ever. One of my favorite, I have to admit, boat pose. If you'd like, straighten the leg to make it slightly harder, and we're counting down for 10, 9, 8, 7, you got this. Also my seconds are very long, I don't know if I've ever told you. 6, 5, 4, keep that core engaged. Hands reaching forward. 3, 2, you got this. 1, and let it go. Woohoo! Hands above the shoulders. Have a full body stretch. And then relax the shoulders. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a massive hug. Swaying from left to right. And then extend the left leg to the mat. And we're going to grab the outside of that right foot for half happy baby. And really trying to bring that right knee into your armpit. And then you should feel a deep stretch in that arm string, maybe even the outside of that hip. And then let go of that right foot, grabbing just the right knee and hovering it over to the left side for supine twist. Both shoulders on the mat, and then right knee to the opposite side. If it touches the mat, great. If it doesn't, that's great too. No discrimination in my classes. And then take your time to untwist, bringing both knees into your chest. Quick hug, and then send that right leg away. This time it's the left foot. We're grabbing the outside off, and then sending that knee, that left knee into the left armpit, straight right leg, and really try to go deeper in the pose. Always coming back to your breath. And then slowly let go of that left foot, the left knee into your chest, send it over to the right side, supine twist on that side. You can look the opposite side. You can bring your legs into eagle legs. I like to do that. Whatever makes you happy, really. Take your time to untwist, sending both legs in front of you, and then legs far away from each other, arms far away from your body. Let's settle into our Shavasana. Easiest pose to do, but the hardest one to master. Let's take a big inhale through the nose, and a big sigh out. 2 more times. Inhale. 1 last time. Fill up the lungs. Make as much noise as you want. And settle back into a steady breath. Let everything go. How the poses looked, how they felt. Was it good? Was it bad? It doesn't matter. It's all in the past now. Slowly come down. Come back to a steady rhythm. Letting your breath go. Shoulders melting down on the mat. Shavasana. Gently bring your awareness back to your body. Deepening your breath. Slowly bringing movements into your toes, your fingers. Maybe swaying the feet from left to right. And then interlacing your fingers above your head, full body stretch. And then exhaling, bringing the knees to your chest, giving yourself a big hug, well deserved. Swaying from left to right. And then sending both knees towards the right side. Staying here for a few breaths in that fetus pose. And then using the left hand to come up exactly where we started, cross-legged, maybe on a block, maybe not. Resting your hands first on your knees. Taking just a few moments to feel, not think, feel. How are you feeling? How are these areas of tightness that you found at the beginning of the class? Maybe they're not here anymore. Bringing your hands to your heart. Reminding yourself what you're grateful for. I know I'm extremely grateful for you being here. Have a lovely weekend, have a lovely day, whatever it is. Namaste. Thank you so much.